Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Now, all the rumours today are all about Wilfried Zaha, and that Wilfried Zaha has reportedly gone to the owner of Crystal Palace and said to him, listen, I want to leave. I want to join Arsenal Football Club. Of course, Wilfried Zaha was an Arsenal fan as a youngster, and this is his dream move. Arsenal interested in signing Zaha. Zaha wants to go, but Crystal Palace holding out for a whopping £80 million, or at least that's their initial valuation on Wilfried Zaha. Remember, Crystal Palace, they've sold Aaron Wan-Bissaka to Manchester United. They've made a massive profit on that. He's a player, Wan-Bissaka, who came through their ranks. So it's literally pure profit. They're saying it's going to be around about £50 million. So they're in no hurry to sell their star player. However, what can sometimes go in the favour of the club that wants to buy a player is when that player himself really wants to leave. And that is the case at the moment with Wilfried Zaha. He wants to leave. He wants to come to Arsenal. He's apparently, as I said, gone to the owner of Crystal Palace and said, listen, this fee is ridiculous. You're pricing me out of my dream move. Can you reduce that fee down so that Arsenal can buy me? And that's a help to Arsenal. That's a help to Arsenal when the player himself wants to go. We know that Unai Emery is a big fan of Wilfried Zaha and would like to sign Zaha. Still remembers only 26. Had a great season last season. Has been very consistent. Ever since he's gone back to Palace, he's been very consistent. But can we get this deal done? We all know about our limited 40 million, 45 million, whichever way you want to calculate it, money that we have available. Can we get a deal like Zaha done? We're struggling to do Tierney deals and Saliba deals and things like that, let alone Zaha. Can we? A club like Arsenal should be getting a deal like this done. In my view, we should be able to get a deal like this done. This is where the owner maybe should be stepping in and bumping up that transfer, money that's available a bit with some of his personal wealth, which I know there's financial fair play, but you can overspend as long as it's not ridiculous, and you can redeem it back over how you do your spending over the next few seasons. Also, player sales. We can try and move out a couple of these really, really high earners, be a bit more aggressive with that so that we can bring Zaha in. So it's going to be interesting to see if this one does materialise. I mean, for me, it'd be up front if you've got Zaha, Lacazette and Aubameyang. That is a very dangerous front three. We still got to fix the defence, by the way, but that's a dangerous front three, an exciting front three. But who knows? It's going to be a difficult one to get done. But Zaha himself saying he wants to leave, he wants to join Arsenal, which for Arsenal, that's good news. If they can't get Zaha, they, as I was reported a few days ago, might turn their attentions to Kaate Balde of Monaco. He was on loan at Inter Milan last season, scored 5 goals in 24 games. But Inter Milan decided not to keep him on for another season or to extend the loan period. And he's gone back to Monaco. Monaco willing to sell him, but want about £30 million for him, which of course is a lot cheaper than what they'd have to pay for a Zaha. But is he the answer? Is he the answer? Is he what Arsenal needs? Again, who knows? Zaha, we know, I think most fans have seen him in action and know that what he would bring to Arsenal. What would Kaate Balde bring if he was that person that Arsenal bought in? And is he worth £30 million? That's a lot of money for Balde. Quite a, as I said, good season at Inter, but still not that top grade, if you ask me. The really weird one's this Hakim Ziyech one. Now, again, another guy who says he's an Arsenal fan, would love to come to Arsenal, had a brilliant season at Ajax. Available because, we know that Ajax have already said, listen, we will sell him if the price is right. They've kind of put a value on him of around about £26 million. Sorry, £36 million. And we hearing that Sevilla have reportedly put a bid in for, Ziyech. Where's Arsenal's bid? Why have Arsenal not moved for Ziyech? I'd have thought that Ziyech would represent a very good signing for Arsenal. I think that would be a signing that would be very positively received. A lot of fans saw him in the Champions League and he performed really, really well there. But all quiet on Ziyech at the moment from Arsenal. Doesn't look like it's a player they're looking to push to try and get. He's currently at the African Cup of Nations with Morocco. And as I said, a very talented player. I think his style of play would definitely suit Arsenal and suit the Premier League. But no news on that one. That's just a bit strange that Arsenal, for 36 million represents a lot cheaper than, say, trying to go for somebody like a Zaha. And that is their, the price they want. But, we all know about negotiations. So that's a strange one. Kieran Tierney. Now, again, this one's dragging on. Another one of the sources of frustrations for Arsenal fans is how long it takes to get deals done. I mean, we've seen the Wan-Bissaka one get done for Manchester United. Why do our deals take so long? Celtic apparently rejected a new bid from Arsenal, which was £17.5 million plus add-ons of £7.5 million, which would take it up to about £25 million. Celtic have said, no, we want all the money up front. And again, it's just, it's so frustrating that we just don't seem to be able to get these deals done very quickly. We're not talking about mega money. But then if we've only got 40 million to spend and we've not sold anybody really yet, you can understand why Arsenal are trying to barter. I mean, this is Arsenal. It's unbelievable the way we're just scrimping around for loose change at the moment when we've got a billionaire owner. It's just incredible. And then there's William Saliba. That's not done yet either. I mean, the reports are it's been close to being done. But we're hearing that Spurs are trying to hijack the deal. Again, Arsenal are trying to do it in a method where they apparently bid £22.5 million and they will put add-ons on top of it to sort of bring it up to St Etienne's valuation. But again, St Etienne are trying to hold out for the full amount. And why wouldn't you hold out for the full amount? You know what I mean? You want to get as much money up front as possible. So the Saliba one's not done yet, and we hear that Tottenham are hovering and are poised to pounce if Arsenal don't get this one done. Saliba's agreed terms already with Arsenal, but Tottenham have Champions League football, and if they, were to say, I don't know, lose like a Alderweireld or something like that, maybe Saliba might be the guy they might try and bring in. So Arsenal really need to hurry up and get this William Saliba deal done because, again, other clubs are hovering. And if they don't get that one done, I've got to tell you about this link today with Gary Cahill of Chelsea. I can't believe this one. Available on a free, right? So obviously any free deal will alert Arsenal or alert people who are going to put these links together for Arsenal. But Gary Cahill, 33, played for Chelsea. Didn't really figure at all last season for Chelsea. And now he's able to leave the club next week for nothing. Lots and lots of clubs are interested in him. Aston Villa, a host of clubs like that are, sort of towards the lower end of the Premier League. But also Arsenal said to be taking an interest in the situation as well. Surely not. 30, listen, I know I've been saying on there about age and that, it's not always a number. But with Gary Cahill, we can see that he's starting to come towards the end of his career. Chelsea didn't play him last season, and they didn't exactly have a great defence, did they? Why would we be... Well, listen, we don't know 100% if Arsenal are interested. It could also be the sort of mischievous people who put these links together are just saying to themselves, well, Arsenal got no money, so surely they'd be looking at someone like Gary Cahill. But then we've seen in the past us bringing players like Mikel Silvestre, from Man United, terrible. Lichtsteiner last year, we brought him in from Juventus. He looked every single day of his 34. So surely we shouldn't be taking a risk with a Gary Cahill, but it's a link today, although I just don't see that happening, if I'm being honest. And good news for Arsenal on the Lucas Torreira front, and that's that AC Milan have been given a transfer ban. So, sorry, not a transfer ban. I've been banned from the Europa League. So they were supposed to be playing in the Europa League next year. They've breached financial fair play rules, and they've been given a 1-year ban from the Europa League. So they're not going to be able to play in the Europa League next year, which makes it highly unlikely that Lucas Torreira would go and join them. No European football, where he's going to have European football at Arsenal. Plus as well, that will also be telling on AC Milan spending as well. So very much doubt that the Lucas Torreira thing will happen. Although, and Torreira's come out and said that, listen, I've had no contact with AC Milan and I'm happy at Arsenal. So, but I think that transfer, keep saying transfer ban, Europa League ban for the year, should have put paid to all of these Torreira rumours. Right, let's get into some of your comments. Just before we do that, actually, I did a poll yesterday on Lewis Dunk, just as I was talking about Cahill there. Spoke about Lewis Dunk and said, would you have Lewis Dunk at Arsenal? The poll results were 77% of you said yes, you would have Lewis Dunk at Arsenal, 23% no. For me, I would move for Dunk. As I said yesterday, experienced player, the captain of Brighton, solid player for me, just what Arsenal need, and available apparently for around about £30 million. But no news on Arsenal moving for Dunk, by the way. It's just that I thought I'd put that to the poll. Michael Robb says, my heart sank when Usmanov gave up. He was the last bit of light for me. I was thinking about it the other day. If Usmanov was in charge, you know, he would have still inherited the situation we've got, with lots of players that are not valued at much, you know, being the ones that we really want to move on. But I just feel that he would have made more things happen than our owner, and he'd been more interested in what's going on at Arsenal than what our owner is at the moment. Our owner just seems to have no interest. That is the big source of frustration. It's no point the guys who are running Arsenal coming out and saying, oh, we speak to him every day. We want to hear from this guy. We want to see him. He does not give off the persona at the moment that he's interested in anything that's going on at Arsenal. And phone calls behind closed doors doesn't do nothing to get the fans thinking, yes, this guy really wants to do big things at Arsenal. Adam Godin says, I can see Robbie smashing that laptop in August. That ain't no lie, man. I'll tell you, I'm getting so frustrated, man. And as I said, every time I go out on the road and I see people, you know, they're just so frustrated. The Arsenal fans, all of the ones that I'm meeting, they're really, really fed up at the moment with the way we're conducting our transfers at the moment. Dan says, Robbie, can you explain to us how we've got a budget of 40 million? Because I just don't understand, he says. I don't understand it either, fully. I mean, listen, it's financial fair play rules. How we've got ourselves into this predicament is that basically we've not really had any players of real value to sell. We've let all of the crown jewels go for nothing. You've seen this season, as I've said many times on this show, one of our most valued players, Aaron Ramsey, 27, at the prime of his career. Welsh international, had a great Euros, had a good season for Arsenal last year, leaving Arsenal for nothing. Whereas you'll see probably Christian Eriksen at Tottenham, if he leaves, that will be a big fee. Tottenham can use that money, put back into their pot to be able to enable them to buy players. We don't have that. We've got this self-sustaining model where basically the owner says, I'm putting none of my money into the club. Everything that we spend is what we generate, right? There's other owners, because under financial fair play rules, you have to balance the books. But even though you have to balance the books, you can overspend. You can overspend as long as it's not like sustained. You can overspend over 3 years, but it sort of has to balance up at the end of that. And I can't understand how we've got so little to spend. We've got the big Adidas deal worth a reported 300 million coming in. I don't really see where any of that is being used to spend. It's just, I just don't get it. It's just a mess. And as I said, one of the biggest problems is there's nothing really to sell at the moment. The players that Arsenal would like to sell, I think, is Ozil and Mkhitaryan. There's no buyers for these guys because there's just no value in buying them because they're on such high wages. And a lot of it is all because of the old regime. And a lot of people might say, well, you can't blame the owner for that because, the last regime, messed up with the spending and letting these players go. And he was the owner's in charge of the club. He runs the club. He let these guys do this over a long period of time because they were just balancing the books and he was making money. And this is the mess we're in. And I think at the moment, the direction of things have to change. We're being told that the new guys that have come in, they're going to do that. They're saying that never again will they let a player's contract run down and that they've realised the problems of the past. And hopefully going forward in the future, that will help to improve things. And the other thing as well, the other big problem as well, is that we've got to get back in the Champions League. It really does affect our spending. We would have had a lot more money to spend, reportedly about another 50 million to spend, had we have got into the Champions League. However, as I said, it's still very frustrating to just see that a big club like Arsenal that moved to the Emirates, remember, to compete with Bayern Munich and all the top clubs around Europe, we're being told that it's £40 million to spend this summer. And for me, all of this has been under the ownership of Stan Kroenke and it's not good enough. And I think he should be coming out and giving an explanation to the fans himself and talking about the direction, not just leaving it to the guys that have bought in. I think it's got to the stage that the fans want to hear from him, some reassurance from him, and we're just not getting that at the moment. Listen, thanks for watching the show today. We will be back tomorrow. Don't forget to check out over this next few days, we're bringing out the Blood Brothers first series. Now, remember Blood Brothers first series, it was brilliantly watched by millions and millions of people. We're bringing out a PG version because I remember the last version did have quite a lot of swearing in it. It's right there, fly on the wall, really, goes for it, that series. But we're bringing out a series as a PG version, which doesn't have all the swearing in it. So if youngsters out there want to watch it, they can. And it's as a sort of precursor to Blood Brothers 2, which is actually in the making at the moment. It's going to be coming out. So it's just like a catch-up for you. And the first episode is going to be dropping today. So make sure you check that out. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow.